Hello everybody, Darren here, and welcome back to IXION. Now in the last episode we found a black box in the Dolos-built Outer Hope Station. Once we cracked the code on it, it led us to learn about a hidden facility in the atmosphere of Jupiter. So this facility was purportedly working on a new type of Vol engine, and was working on a new superstructure called the Protagoras. We also found a debris field of another structure seemingly from the UN, and learned a little bit more about the black market society around Saturn. So we've got some leads to chase around our solar system, and we're also ultimately going to be working on our economy somewhat and moving closer to Jupiter to find out more about where everyone is. So let's do a little sit rep on the current situation. So we're still orbiting Earth, the depressing Earth, the desolation of Earth, of Smaug. And it's not a pretty sight, so we're definitely going to be moving out of here soon. I've been hanging around a little bit too long, but we're there for now. Let's just do a little recap of what's currently going on. So we have anomalies here at the Asteroid Belt, Jupiter, Uranus, and also at Neptune. And we currently have our two scientists, the Francis and Ripley, down by Saturn and the debris field. So we're collecting some stuff. We're doing some of the events. You know, there's 2 cycles left to go on this one, 4 left to go on this one. We've also got 2 cargo ships. One heading out towards down the south, the one that's currently docked inside, I think. And then we also have a mining ship called the Cataphract. So we're almost done in this area. That's why I've kept the Tycoon orbiting Earth, because there was a lot of deposits here to get, and get very quickly. But what I'll probably do is move out towards the Asteroid Belt, or to Jupiter itself, and start collecting all the other stuff and bits and pieces we're finding around there. It's tempting to go all the way down to Neptune, but it could be a really long journey, and you're powered down while you're doing that. So, let's have a look inside. So our current objectives are to send an expedition to Jupiter, but also to find and collect 500 cryonic pods. So our population is obviously going to be growing rapido. Sector 1 here is our sort of all-rounder. It's mostly space-focused and food-focused at the moment. And then Sector 2 is really our industrial-focused sector, and we've been kind of reshaping and reorganizing it in the last episode to get it ready for that. So we have the technologies now to build the extra refinement building, so to convert carbon into polymer and to convert silicon into electronics. We just need to actually build them and get the population to do so. So, in our reorganizational efforts, there's a few things I want to do. If we have a look, we've got extra hours currently going on here, which means that there's not enough workers for the amount of jobs. And in Sector 1, it's optimal. There is enough workers for all the jobs. So this place, I'm kind of already sending a lot of the people that are going to be thought out, if you want to call it that, as the non-workers. And workers, we need more and more workers here, because it's going to be a big industrial sector. And if you remember, buildings have specialization. Once we unlock the policy screen, I assume we're able to activate that and maybe get a boost to what we're doing here. So that's what we're dealing with. So if I hold Alt, you can just quickly see we have 3 stockpiles all set for iron. The iron ore, that is. And then we have our smelter that's churning it out. Every time the waste gets full, the building stops working for a little while they dispose of the waste, and then they get working again. Alright, so something I was thinking of doing is just powering down a couple of the stockpiles that we are just going to be full and they're going to sit there. No point having them active, and you save 10 workers in doing that. I'm also going to turn off the cryonic center, because here as well, we don't have any cryonic pods, so we're not going to be using it. And then the cryonic pods place itself, that can be powered down also. Now when it gets full, we'll put some people in there, but people working them, I mean. But for now, there's no need to. The other thing is resource management, okay? So here we have our EVA airlock. Now, we're in a really great position. Trust is 100%. People are happy. People are living life on the Tycoon. The hull integrity is almost full. 879 out of 900. So we're only short 21, you know? Pretty great. So we're keeping that maintained, no problem. But we have just about run out of alloys here. So the number below the number on top of the screen is what we have in this sector. So we just have 1. And in this sector, we have 100. So we'll go to Resource Management, go to Sector 1, and say I want the target here to be 75. And in Sector 2, I want the target to be pretty low, actually. About 30. It's interesting, pressing 3 for 30 just turned on the clock there for a second. But this now means that the target here is going to be lower than in here, which is perfect. That's the way I want it to be. We produce alloys here, so keep the target low. Make sure you're always shipping it out somewhere else, and then the overflow and the extra stockpile will just build up here, hopefully. So this way, we should be able to keep this, sorry, not that building, but this building maintained and fed so that we're constantly repairing the integrity of the hull, and that should be good. Now, we also have a cryopod storage facility here that we're now going to decommission. We don't need it anymore. And then I noticed that we also have carbon that is going to be refined into polymer. So we want to get the industry up and running for carbon to polymer, silicon to electronics. They're two big buildings. And I was having a look around in between episodes of the size of these things. They're quite big, but I think I know where we're going to put them anyway, after I played around with my Tetris feeling to the game. So we'll just get some stockpiles. I was going to build 3 more here, which in and of itself is going to take up a lot of alloys. We're going to power back on the construction buildings and let more workers get out and get building quicker. And that's pretty much it. Now we can actually start to say, yeah, actually, you know what? Turn off this one and turn on this one. And then say that you're not holding anything. So we'll use all of the remaining iron ore in here and get rid of that. All the polymers in here can go into one of these instead. So this could be maybe polymers, and this could be maybe electronics. There's electronics in there. So we'll say don't hold any in there. So we're basically just transferring everything over to this big stockpile area, and then I can delete all of this and rebuild it in a more compact, efficient way. So there we go. All right, well, let time play now. I know it's been a little while, so let's get going. So we're currently just, like I said, waiting for these things to get done. Our current science ships, or the Ripley is actually up by the debris field, and the Francis is down by Saturn. If we have a look at our fleet, our Gloose Cap and the Vit Hakalai. Vit Hakalai. There we go. Let's just call it the Vit. The Vit is currently getting a bit of remaining alloys. It can also get some electronics that it's finding, and there's 50 cryopods out there to go and refresh and waken up. And how much is left out by the iron deposits? It's just 99. So once this 99 is collected, we are ready to move. We currently don't really have any tech, so tech is powered down right now. This is still glowing. I feel like this always glows, and I'm not really too sure why. Because it's doing stuff at the moment, so I got nothing else to do, really. Alright, things are looking good. I have a plan. I gotta say, I'm a little disheartened. I've been seeing, so I've had a chance to read comments and all of that. Appreciate all the feedback so far. It's been excellent. I love it. People seem to be enjoying it almost as much as I am. But I gotta say, I'm a little disheartened because I've seen the reviews on the game have dropped to mixed, and people say it's really difficult. Now, maybe I just haven't gone far enough in, but I ain't struggling just yet, but we'll see. I think there's actually been a patch to make the game easier, but I've been doing fairly well up to this point anyway, and I saw a lot of reviews that were at 3 hours saying like, oh my god, everyone went starving and stuff, and it's like, oh, damn it, man, I have to wonder, are you playing it properly? But at the same time, there's so many that it can't just be the fault of 1 or 2 people not playing very well. It must be I don't know, people aren't learning properly, or aren't understanding it properly, or there's some disconnect between what they're seeing on screen and what they're, how they're building or something. I'm not sure. But for me so far, I've been playing kind of cautiously, but
has completed a task.
As someone who's played Frostpunk, I'm taking things at a pace where I know that I'm not going to overbuild. I'm always making sure I've got more food than I'm consuming. Trust is obviously through the roof, but I haven't even unlocked policies yet, and hull integrity is totally fine too. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm just not at the point yet where it really opens up to be difficult. Alright, so the Saturn Event is ready. Summary intelligence of the Black Market Society complex. Venturing deeper within, the team of the Francis reached a construction site, deserted and almost entirely frozen. Several possible storage areas have been identified, but are blocked by ice. The team could try break through the ice or restart the station's heating systems in an attempt to thaw out the complex. In one of the storage areas, though, the transparency of the ice, a preserved corpse can be seen. Oh, I see. So you could attempt to thaw it out, maybe get that preserved corpse and possibly a lot of others, or just break through it straight up, possibly destroying the people in there. I mean, it obviously sounds like you should do that. This seems a bit too good to be true. Restart the station's heating systems. It takes less time than breaking through the ice. I'm going to break through the ice. Just because if this said it was going to take longer, then I would believe that one to be the better one. But I'm starting to think that I'll power the station on and it'll kill everybody. So, I'll break through the ice. We'll see if we can get anything. Maybe the wrong option, I don't know. I don't know if these have set outcomes or if they do a little random roll on whether or not that would have worked or not. I'm not too sure. Alright, let time play. Continue. Cargo ships are coming back. The cargo ships, remember, carry 30 at a time, so you're going to have to make 2 or 3 more trips to this place before they're done. Alright, we're looking good here. So these have now been emptied out. So we can delete this one. Remove this one. Looking good. So we have polymers, electronics, and I suppose carbon could go into this one. Something like that. Then what we'll probably do is, let's just get building now, but we can put them on pause until we're ready. So we could say the polymer refinery. I was thinking of putting it down here, because it fits the width of these, you know, buildings here. But just pausing it, we don't need to actually build it right now. And then another one is the electronics factory, which is very long, but it's also the same width. So I was thinking again of placing it around here. I think the only drawback to this layout could be the fact that it won't allow us then to have anything for space, because this is... So this entire sector would have to be... I mean, we do have one docking bay, but we won't have an airlock or anything like that. So we'll see how that goes. That's the only drawback I could think of. I was like, I'm kind of cutting myself off a lot with access to the, you know, the outside. But we could always delete one of the buildings if we're really desperate for it. And we do have more room here for another EVA airlock, which I'm tempted to build, and keep this place space-focused. That was kind of my idea. Alright, so we'll just pause this one as well. It's a lot of alloys. So we're going to be working in here a lot. Building's not connected to an active stockpile for iron. Really? Yes, it is. Oh, you mean iron ore. Okay. Yeah, don't worry about that. You're still getting iron from here, so it's fine. Alright, let's just get some extra roads down. And then we'll connect these up like this. Maybe just for a little while, something like that. Any cryopods? Cryopods are coming in. We can activate this again. We've now gone into extra hours for our workforce, but it'll be okay. We'll waken them up, get them to work. So we can actually say, non-workers go to Sector 1, workers stay in Sector 2. And what I'll do is build a bunch of extra houses. Just like so. And we're going to pause a lot of these, because we don't need them all. It's just future planning. And we need a lot of the alloys. Can't overspend our alloys because we need to be repairing the hull all the time. So you got to remember that too. We are making 15 per cycle. That's not that much, you know. This is empty now, so we can get rid of this. Turn that off. See you later. And then this one can say no more to polymers. Let it feed into this one, and then we'll turn that one off. And then it's a nice little bit more organized, a little bit more efficient. Perhaps. Are we ready out here yet? Almost done. 0.3 cycles left to go. We're collecting science data as well. Such cool music. Alright, looking good. How's our food situation? We're still producing a little bit more than we're consuming every day.
A science ship team has completed a task.
So carbon, I'm going to say you do not need to be storing that anymore. And we're going to say Sector 1, carbon active to Sector 2, store 100. And Sector 1 store 0. So that should start a transfer. In fact, we'll just keep it on while the transfer is happening. Well, yeah, I don't need to store it, actually. They'll just come in and do it, won't they? I think? Oh, no, you do have to keep it active. Okay, well, they're shipping it off now into the other place. Good. All right, science ship's ready to go. Let's check it out. Collecting science over at the debris field. Oh, my God. 250. Wow. That's huge. We needed 500. I thought we were going to getting like patches of 10, 20, maybe 50. Anyway, let's check. After examination, the Ripley's team concluded that the site was evacuated prior to its destruction, finding uniforms and equipment bearing the insignia of different organizations. It appears this facility was property of the UN. Strangely, though, a number of embalmed bodies were found in a secluded area. The team was unable to determine the cause or the outcome of the conflict, but have managed to recover further resources. These have been packaged for extraction. Well, 250, man. I just commissioned building a bunch of houses, but I don't even think they're going to be enough. Because it's 15 per household, so that's not even enough. Okay, well, that's interesting. I have to think about that. Anyway, alright, there we go. Is that it? Leave it? That's it. 250 right there. Still got some iron to collect. One more journey to make. So, on our crew, they are scheduled to pick up people. They can get those polymers as well. Good. Alright, the other cargo ship will bring all that back. And then we should turn this on, I guess. Let them get to work on thawing people out. And then we're in extra hours right now, right? We've taken about 20 more. We've got what's the word? We're lacking about 20 people for the jobs that we have active, right? So hopefully we just awaken those 20 people-ish and get them back to work in not too long. Alright, let's get rid of this. Actually, this stockpile, you know what? We'll keep it where it is. Change it to food. And tell this one to empty out. Oh my god, yeah, actually, I just thought about it. That's going to put so much more strain on us for food, all those people. By the way, are you done? Yeah, the Ripley is done, so you can get going. Maybe go to the Asteroid Belt. Or go to Neptune, actually. Because we're going to be moving over there later. So go to the furthest one now. So what's going on down here? Detected faint signals transmitting from what appears to be an old luxury station on Triton. Okay. A luxury station. These guys have optimal conditions. Could turn on the, yeah. Let's turn back on tech. It's gonna put them into extra hours, but only barely. And then we could power this down in a second as well. How's our carbon situation? We're almost full up. Now that's empty, so this can be deleted. Say, don't need you. Good. And that saves a few extra people as well, just for work time. Oh my god. Alright, well things are looking good. We have iron still coming in, 2 cargo ships. Could make a 3rd cargo ship, but I don't think we need to be bringing them in. I don't even think we can store them up fast enough. So it's totally fine. My mouse is acting really weird in this game for some reason. It's like skipping across the screen. I don't know why that's happening. I have to restart after this one.
The science ship team has completed a task.
Alright, so this stockpile is now empty, so we'll get rid of that one. And this is a construction workshop. Gonna also get rid of this. So that'll keep us with 2 workshops for building. This frees up this space a little bit. And then we'll commission the mess hall to be deleted as well. Because I'm gonna move it over a bit. It's only barely gonna fit in there actually, but... There we go. So because when that gets destroyed, it's very important to get it rebuilt. It has to be rebuilt. It's the only thing you're allowed built when you get rid of a mess hall. So do that. Get a new road to slot in there. I've actually got more of a gap than I kind of initially thought. Okay, well, whatever. Yeah, I'll have to think about that. It's obviously just a pile of roads there, but you're not gonna have it be completely perfect all the time, I guess. Maybe this could do this. Yeah, something like this. So what I'm thinking now maybe would be for all this food, we need more insect farms. They do fit here. Do they fit here? Oh, yes. Yes, they do. Great. Yeah, so we're gonna need a bunch of these. One. And the food storage is above us, so I guess we'll face this way. Okay, that worked out pretty well. Now I don't know if we're going to be building all of these, but it's just in case. It's again future planning. We can always not build them, right? Or delete them if we need to. It's just like reserving the space for them. So hopefully that's good. Look at this. This is looking pretty neat, I think, except for this building, but that's fine. So what's our working conditions? So 11 people. We're short 11, and here we're short about 14. We're thawing them out. Currently, it's only non-workers going to Sector 1, though. But that's just because we have the tech building on as well. Once we burn through all that tech, then we'll just turn it back offline. So we're almost at Neptune. The Saturn Event, sorry, it's done. The Francis' team recovered a number of valuable resources via biometric data sampling. They identified the preserved corpse. Oh, right. We found the preserved corpse. It was just the one, as that of Ulysses, administrator of Neptune's Hyperlux station, Thiaki. The body was found with a handwritten letter of farewell and apology to the inhabitants of the Thiaki station and appears to be unfinished. We got 2 electronics, really not that much. And that's to do with Neptune. Hey, this is perfect. We're going right to Neptune now. And he had like access codes or something, right? Well, let's see what happens. We should be able to get in there then. That was almost too good of timing. Okay, we could head up to the Asteroid Belt next, I guess. Nice, this is turning out to be hyper efficient, it feels like, before we actually have to get moving. So this area is done. We're going to have to get moving in a sec. Although there's still stuff coming from the debris field, but we can always just move to the Asteroid Belt, meet up with the science ship before we go to Jupiter. Are we ready to do that? I mean, the hull integrity is pretty good. How are we for alloys? There's lots of alloys in here. They're fine. We're at -12 for hull integrity. Why? 1 EVA airlock at 50% efficiency is not enough from the vol jump and the open sectors. Really? Okay. Let's, I'm tempted to do this, but I feel like it's maybe a bit soon. But I'm going to build another EVA airlock. And then if we need to get repairs done, we can get them done very fast. Now I'm going to let them feed this up with maybe about 40 and then pause the construction.
The science ship has arrived at its destination.
Alright, we've arrived at Neptune. Alright, so we read the first thing about the luxury station on Triton. Thiaki Station has been almost entirely dismantled. A few areas left suggest that those who lived here were swimming in opulence. The place is huge. Man, so just take a moment. A lot of time must have passed since we left Earth, right? Because there's all these stations that are massive everywhere. Anyway, we found a sealed room protected by heavily armored blast doors. Dents in the door's metal suggests that others have unsuccessfully tried to gain entry. Ayub Labib recommends the use of explosives. Given the state of the situation, I myself think it's a bad idea. Now, hang on a second. Use Ulysses' biometric data to open the sealed room. We'll obviously do that, right? We just got it. Recorded sample data from the corpse of Ulysses will provide authorization to open the sealed room. Boom, 4 days. Let's go. 4 cycles. Alright, how's everything going in here? Still on extra hours. I don't like being on that. It means, you know, accidents are prone to happening. But we're waking people up. We've got 38 in storage there. We got 12 over there that just been stored in here. There was 250, wasn't there? So there is a lot to get. There's still 220 out there. Now, is our other cargo ship doing anything? They do have a lot of iron still to constantly bring in. Yeah, so they're fine. Although iron is actually... Yeah, this needs to be opened now, doesn't it? So this iron stockpile can be opened now, and they'll feed into there. Now, meanwhile, this has been just filled with iron. It's almost... We're almost at the point where it's like, I don't even want you to go out and get it anymore. So we don't have a place to store it all. How's the food situation? We're making a lot. We can power this down. We don't need it to be on. Now, we have a decent amount of alloys. There's 20 in here now. Once they get to, like I said, about 40, we'll probably pause construction for a while. And I'm waiting on tech to be done. So we got our technology. I can't actually remember. What was that for? We did the Outer Hope black box. I actually don't remember what we were getting. Oh, batteries. We just got batteries. Nice. Memorials or Alternative Life Center. It provides extra stability. Well, everyone's really happy right now, so maybe memorials? I mean, both of them do stability, I guess, but this in case people die. Alright, 45 tech. We only have 21. Yeah, so we're after getting batteries. Interesting. So how much do they cost? Oh, they don't cost... I just assumed they would cost electronics. But it stores 100 power, allowing buildings in the same sector to continue operating in the event of travel or overload. We're planning on traveling right now, but... Yeah, we're just going to move without batteries. We don't... you know, we're not going to be able to store up enough. I was reading about batteries just before I got into it. And it says that in order to withstand overload... So basically, if you're traveling to another area, everything powers down. But it'll stay powered on if you have batteries. So an example, a sector consumes 50 power. It has 200 power stored in batteries. When the power grid goes down, the sector will be able to function for 4 cycles. So if we're moving somewhere and it only takes like 1 or 2 cycles, we need to store up basically double, you know, the amount of consumption in here. So 107 here. So I'm not sure how much is stored in one battery. Does it say? Oh, it stores 100 power. So we'd need 2 in here, at least. Maybe 3. And in here, we definitely need 2. So... Actually, yeah, how big are they? They're pretty small. That's good. Maybe a section of batteries down here. Maybe. Electronics need to be fed into there and alloys. We're just short on alloys. I'm just waiting for them to be made all the time. 15 every day. And one of the days gets burned because it has to go into waste disposal. How many people are we at now? So we can actually zoom out and check population management. So 129 workers in Sector 1, 111 workers, and 117 people. So 6 people can't work, but that's good. That's pretty much where we want it to be. And we're still at extra hours in here just for a little while. This can be paused now because they're very low on alloys. Always want to be repairing because we're just losing hull now. I don't even really know why. Oh, from the extra working conditions. Oh, that's interesting. So if you overwork people, your hull suffers, sort of. You repair better if you're not overworking people, despite it being drones that are doing that. Now, this could be turned off. Doesn't need to be on. And I'm just waiting on that tech to be finished. Once we burn through the rest of our science, then we're good. What's coming in? Bunch of iron is just stored in here right now. No more people. Waiting on the other one, which has to go further out to the debris field all the time. Coming back with 30. Am I missing anything? Are we at the Asteroid Belt? We're just about to get there. So maybe when these 30 people come in, I think I'll just get moving.
Has arrived at its destination.
I kind of want to just get moving, mostly for a change of scenery, to be fair, to be honest. Which is interesting because it looks like you can go to the Asteroid Belt, you can go to Jupiter, you could go to Uranus, even all the way down to Neptune. So these must be modeled in terms of you could see them out the window. So it's kind of tempting to go everywhere, but obviously it's not practical to do so. Like, I'd like to go to Mercury and just see what it looks like up close, but can't do it, really. Can't justify doing it, other than just for the fun of it, you know? Alright, things are going very, very well. Trust maxed out, hull integrity falling, a little bit alarming. Power is good. In fact, something I need to check on is what could we be building. So the solar panel set 2, we can make another set of solar panels for 15, but that means that we're not repairing the hull at all while we're doing it. Don't want to do that yet then. I want to get this other EVA airlock built once we store up a few extra alloys here. Arguably, we only need 1 stockpile for alloys, so maybe we'll say just don't put anything in there for a bit. Let it empty out.
No more resources available to mine.
No more resources available to mine. Alright, so the resources are just here to collect now. Well, that means it's time to probe. So we're out of science, actually. So we'll turn off the science lab, turn back on the probe launcher, build a probe, and then we'll go out and look for more deposits. Probably check the areas around where we're going as well. This keeps our conditions optimal. Hull integrity is only -5 per day, so if we get optimal here, maybe it'd be even better. A lot of activity around the mess hall. So people are waiting to get their food. Nice selection of veg and stuff in there. I mean, really, everyone's supposed to be just eating insects, from what I remember. Alloys actually seems to be my biggest bottleneck right now. We have tons of iron.
Has completed a task.
We're only 2 workers short now. The workers we need to be, so we've kind of fixed that problem. Alright, Neptune, Thiaki. So, the room security systems were designed to read biometric data. The doors were set only to open for elixirs. Inside the room were did we just like hold his body up or something? Or just, I guess we took the biometric data chip maybe out of his eye sockets. There are large quantities of resources necessary for the survival of the station's residents. The security protocol may have been put in place in anticipation of a staff revolt. Ready for extraction, 50 cryopods, 15 tech, 3 electronics, and collapsible frames upgrade has been unlocked for the stockpile. Oh, nice, we got technology. Collapsible frames upgrade. I wonder if that just gives us more space. I got an achievement. Access granted. Well, there you go. The team will board... I don't know if you guys could see that or not. Depends if the screen was captured. Anyway, the team will board the Ripley and Lee... Oh, that was it. Hopefully we got the best option by finding that guy's body. So who was that down there? That was the Francis. They're going to get the rest of that tech. Nope, that was the Ripley. My bad. Let's check the tech screen, actually. And storage. Stockpile? I'm confused. I don't quite see it. Wasn't it like collapsible frames? Didn't we just get that? I thought it said we did. This technology tier 3 is required to unlock this. The vertical packing stockpile small upgrade. Maybe we'll get it later, or I'll just quickly check the building itself. Can we do anything with it? Doesn't look like it. Resource management. Yeah, that's normal. And in here, stockpile small 4x4. Choose and click a vacant area, press R to rotate. Yeah, I'm not seeing an upgrade for it right now. It's a little disappointing. It seems like it, if my memory is correct from just reading it, it seems like it maybe gave me something that we don't get till way later. Maybe you have to get the prerequisite ones first. This says vertical parking is required to unlock this, and it's tier 3. So vertical parking is the first one up here with 35. There's all these ones then in between. I wonder what it does. Oh, it sends 2 more transporters. Oh, so more people work from it. That's nice. Okay, well, whatever. I guess we don't have it right now, but so be it. So we're currently building a probe, all good. And getting some extra tech from that site. Speed up time a little bit. Are we ready to move? I think we might be. Just checking on the alloys. We've got 20 more alloys. I'm going to wait until we have enough to actually finish construction of this before doing it. So, there's 28 iron coming back. There's always going to be people coming back. Excuse me. Let's just get moving right now to the asteroid belt. It's kind of we can even go to the debris field. I'd kind of like to see that. But it's not really, it doesn't really make any sense. Although, how many people are still there? 190. We don't even have the space to bring them in, really. So, I'm gonna, I feel it in my bones that people are like, yes, go there. But I'm going to the asteroid belt. I'm sorry. Because we're shutting down power. We've got no batteries. If I had batteries, I could maybe do it. But while we don't have any, you know, our hull's not going to be repaired or anything. So, it's going to be a little rough. 2 cycles, 2 full cycles. Let's go. Let's leave Earth. Possibly for the last time. See the moon in the distance, shattered as it is. We're kind of curving a little bit, which is cool as we make our way out to the... So yeah, it says we're on battery supply, but we don't have any. Available 48. Well, that's just, yeah. What does it look like inside? Totally powered down. People are pretty upset when you turn off all the power for 2 days, 2 cycles. I thought it was raining for a second there. It's just the flyby kind of view. Alright, we're about 60% of the way. Can't you get rid of the waste? Do you really need power to do that? I suppose maybe. Seeing as it is heavy materials. Oh, that's cool. You can actually see the ships like pre-planning where we're going to be. I mean, really, if they're properly intelligent, they just go to the asteroid belt, but... Because they're constantly having to turn. And that must be... You'd think that going through an asteroid field would be such a bad idea. When you're worried about like little dents on your hull and stuff. These extra places are all mined. That's all done. Yeah. Scientists, what are you doing? You're making your way to us. And you're done here, right? You're done at Neptune. So yeah, you can head up to Uranus. Follow that kind of orbit that you have right there. Perfect. And then we'll go to Jupiter after. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. It's completely silent and eerie. God, it looks so cool, though. Alright, here we are. We're in the asteroid field. Which is a nice rest spot before we get to Jupiter, and also allows us to just power things back on, collect things that are immediately around us. Hull integrity is now coming back up due to the efficiency being improved because this number is now lower. But you know, we are short on materials, like alloys specifically. An event. Oh yeah, there's an event here. Totally forgot about it. Didn't we need? Do we not need to have an assigned? Do we have a science ship here? Oh, we do. Francis is here. Okay, he just got here. I remember. Sorry, I'm such an idiot. All right. Anyway, Asteroid Belt scan report. We've detected a signal broadcasting on a Dolus frequency. It originates from a mineral extraction station named the Stanford Facility. The transmission. We theorize that the Stanford Facility will contain... Oh, sorry. Transmission from Francis to us. John O'Sullivan, eh? The Stanford Facility will contain many materials useful to the Tycoon and its crew. However, in order to recover them, we'll need to dismantle elements of the structure to gain entrance. A control center has been identified, but it's sealed off by a shutter with a UN emblem stenciled over it. A message has been written beneath the emblem in an unknown language. Oh, wait, weird. We've no idea what it says, but it's accompanied by a helical-shaped symbol. Enemy of mankind, Dolus. Dismantle part of the facility, or force entry into the control center. Dismantle part of the facility in order to retrieve any resources within, or strategically placed explosive charges. The Francis team will attempt. Okay, strategically placed explosives. Let's go. Oh yeah, we have our probe. So we want to find more things to mine. So some people asked me in the comments, they were like, did you check the outer belt and stuff? I did. I haven't seen anything there. And I checked it, I literally checked like everywhere. I didn't see anything around any of these areas, so it looks like we're going to be dealing with internally. So the silicon down here, we want to stay close to this area first. So there's more, it looks like more iron. We have so much iron though right now, I don't think we even need to do that. But I don't really know what else we need, other than maybe the electronics. There's hydrogen down here. And then the belts have ice and things like that on them. Again, ice is to be combined with food, isn't it? So, good to get, but not right now. Maybe we'll just uncover the iron, seeing as it does seem to be really close to where we're going. Can I zoom in further now? Alright, right about here, I guess. It's pretty close to where we were before. Alright, the probe is away. How's our food? Totally good. Trust everyone loves me. We're losing food every few cycles now. That's not good. I think it's just because we're waiting for the power to come back on. Like, the power's been on, but you have to wait for a cycle or two to go by to see. But, yeah, let's maybe resume building one of these.
An accident
Power this one
has
on.
occurred in the Tycoon.
A breakdown has occurred and prevents proper operation. Okay, I'm sure they'll be okay, right? Normally you have to actually tell them to repair it or something, but we don't have to do that this time. Let's resume building this as well. Get that second airlock up and running. So we have alloys, people, carbon, and polymer. So we could turn on this building soon as well. Just depends when we uncover more people. I know what you might be thinking, like, why not get a second cryonics center? I just don't want to take on too many people faster than I'm able to keep up with the alloy. Alloy production is really actually my slow thing right now. We can unlock all these people and be very happy with it, but I wouldn't have enough alloys to build all the buildings that they need to work right now. So we'll let it, I'm in no hurry. We'll just slowly take them on. We're self-sufficient, right? We have enough food, and we seem to have plenty of alloys around to keep the hull repaired, so I'm in no immediate rush. Probe completed its scan. What do we got out here? 528 iron. So again, the mining ship should just immediately... Yeah, there it goes. It's deployed straight out to go towards it right now. And then as well, we can go back in here and say, well, we could build another probe maybe. Will we do that? Just have it ready. And then we'll power down this building when it's done. So yeah, they're lacking alloys right now because they just all went into this. So just pause that for a little bit. Keep those repairs up, man. 610. It's falling a little bit. That hull integrity. We got no integrity.
Ship team has completed a task.
Now, actually, while we don't have the alloys supplied to this and we're suffering hull integrity problems, we may as well do a little bit of external construction, because it's only going to require 15 polymer to get another set of solar panels built onto it. So let's do that. At least that way we're utilizing our time while we don't have enough alloys to do something else. It's efficiency. That's all it is. I don't want to hear nothing about it. Alright. Francis completed its thing. Bodies of former Dolos employees were found within the control center. After examining their identification tags, John O'Sullivan is certain they have found a possible relative. Ooh. They request that the bodies be brought back to the Tycoon, and that the center's personnel manifest be analyzed to find out if there are any links between the deceased and the Tycoon's crew. Preliminary psychoanalytical profiling suggests that John O'Sullivan is exhibiting behavior characteristics of dead Earth sickness. Let them rest in peace, or bring them home. Honor the dead. I feel like it can't be positive, though. I mean, I guess if you say to people, we're not going to find out, then they might be unhappy. But if you bring them back and they find their loved ones are dead, isn't that just going to make them sad as well? I don't know what I'd rather know. You know that my dad has been brought back aboard the Tycoon to rest. Or, yeah, either way he's dead, right? So I don't know. I just kind of feel like just leave him. But I feel like they'll want me to bring them back. But I would personally be like, whatever. Whether you're in space or floating on a station, what does it matter? Okay, we'll honor the dead. I don't want to cause no dishonor. Seems like a waste of time if you ask me. 30 more people arriving on board. Can't thaw them out quick enough. 7 in storage, 100 in storage here, and 3 in stock here. I wonder why they don't just completely fill up this stockpile. Seems like you would be able to. Optimal workers in Sector 1, extra hours in Sector 2. We have 2 of the food plants online now. It actually says we're consuming... We've got a negative to food consumption here. Now, if we have a look, food is at 62 there, and here it's at 21. It doesn't seem like that would be the case, but it does say that. Maybe we have already taken on too many. Also, need to check on the housing situation. So we've got 180 houses built already, and 135 population here. We're now 15 over. So what I'm going to do is actually start a migration of non-workers from Sector 2 to Sector 1. Can we do 15? We can only... Well, there's 14 available. We'll just do 10, I guess. Just get them moving. Say, see you later. Let them get in here. Definitely need to improve food technology soon. This is also allowing construction as well. Just need the alloys to do it. We've arrived at Uranus. Our instruments have recorded abnormal thermal activity, so... Control, are you receiving us? We've found a tree. It seems impossible in such an environment. I've never seen anything like it. It's breathtaking. The tree sheds its leaves quite rapidly, but then they reform almost instantly, crystallizing from the branches. The root structure appears to sink deep into the planet. I hope you're receiving our images, as this feels like a fever dream. Carry out ecological analysis, or the Naomi Protocol. Cut down the tree. They'll fell the tree using strategically placed explosives. Or we could just leave. This does sound not good. This is like Stellaris now. We're getting all sorts of anomalies. I guess carry out an analysis. What could go wrong there, right? What could go wrong? There's electronics to be collected down that way. We don't have any room for silicon yet. Actually, I've never made a stockpile for silicon. We could designate one of these, because we got 2 for alloys. 3 for iron right now. Or we could just build more. Put more in the center here. And that's just so we could turn them into electrons. We have to wait to thaw out these people. So it's 3 per day. 3 per cycle. So every cycle we're getting 3 extra population. Some of which might work, some might not.
Population transfer complete.
Great. Still waiting on this. What's the deal, man? Alloys. I guess we need to lower the amount of alloys even more and say just send them all over. Yeah, there we go. They're on their way now. Good. Just want to get this building finished. Once that's done, the extra workers can be put to work on this, and then we can repair twice as fast, hopefully. Although, at the increased consumption rate of alloys, of course. Alright, well, there we go. So now this is receiving alloys, repairing the hull. Hull integrity is coming back up. Trust through the roof. The probe building can be shut down now. We have our extra probe. don't think I need to send it out yet. If I start seeing a need for... Oh, there's carbon over here, actually. Okay, never mind. I scratched that. We will send it out to here. No active probe launcher. One available. I don't know... Oh, you need the building to be online to even send it. Okay. Got it. Oh, I'm after losing kind of where it was. Alright, cool. Need the debris field. Alright, in a few seconds, Uranus and the Asteroid Belt will be complete.
A science ship team has completed a task.
The tree appears to be almost entirely edible. Its roots, leaves, and fruit can all be eaten. Why would you find that, even think about that? RNA sampling suggests that the tree is the result of extensive bioengineering experimentation. It's unknown how it was germinated here or who's responsible. Alright, we got 15 tech. Harvest the edible elements of the tree or cut it down. Yeah, I guess harvest it. I think maybe we will go to the debris field at some point and be closer to Saturn and Neptune. Alright, the Asteroid Belt. Next thing.
A science ship team has completed a task.
A dispute has arisen or arose between members of the Francis's crew, our current science ship, over the decision to extract the bodies and publish the manifest. There was a violent altercation, resulting in the loss of personnel and, oh my god, and the destruction of the control room. Only John O'Sullivan remains alive. 4 members were killed: Elizabeth, Haja, Hisse, and Vicente. Repatriate John O'Sullivan or eject him. He'll be expelled into the vacuum of space during their return flight. Oh my god. Dissidents cannot be tolerated. The science ship will be lost. No. Do we even know if it might not have been his fault? He was just the only one left living. He'll be brought back on board the Tycoon. Yeah, bring him back. 30 tech. God, that did not end well. I mean, a decent amount of tech, I suppose. This ship has to go back now to get the missing crew before it can collect the signs. So this isn't assigned to anything. This would have been assigned to alloys. I guess we could assign it to silicon and then refine it into electronics. How we doing though for people? Extra hours, there's 5 extra people. This one is short, or has a bunch of extra people, actually about 11. This one is short 5. Okay. All good. There's our ship, it's back, getting repaired. 99 people in storage. Getting churned out every day. What else do we have to do now? So we still have to collect 500 pods. There's 100 left here. Probe completed its scan. We found more iron and some carbon. Not much, but it's something. Alright, we're close to getting to Jupiter. I'm pretty happy with this reorganizational effort as well. It seems to be working. And we've lots of extra room for housing. So I don't need to build those houses just yet. I'm just very short on alloys. It is tempting to get a second smelter up and running. But it's 30 people. That's why I haven't done that. It's a lot of people. But arguably we'll be able to get people faster. I don't know. I'm being very cautious, I'll admit. Hey, we got our second thing up and running. And now we're repairing the hull very fast indeed. I wonder, can one of them be set to repair and one set to build? I don't think so. But that's good, right? It's obviously double the consumption rate of alloy, so, but it's just to kind of get me back up to safe numbers. Then we can power one offline, for all I care. And we increased our power. Oh yeah, it'd be good to get some batteries, thinking about it. Let's lay out where they're going to go. So batteries. Maybe just... Yeah, they don't really fit there. 1, 2, 3. Could always move them, I suppose. This is a good spot for batteries for these guys. Extra housing and batteries. There's some space on the sides here, although I'm sure they need a road. Yeah. This still needs to be moved over. People were saying it in the comments. I know, it's a lot of effort having to move one of those things. I feel like I'll probably never will, but I will eventually. It's just, you know, the ships outside all get recalled when you do that, so I kind of want a little bit of downtime, but I feel like there never will be. So until I feel like we have to do it, I probably won't. We could get one there, another one there, but then we're out of room. So yeah, I might just go... So this place needs at least 4, I would say, 4 batteries. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, huge amount of alloy consumption on that. So just pause them all. And then probably the same situation down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just pause these for later. Again, can delete them if I decide something else needs to go there. Alright, banging out the alloys at least. At least we're constantly like churning them out.
The science ship team has completed a task.
Alright, at the tree, we got 25 food. They prepared the resources. Okay, so far, I keep thinking this tree is going to eat us, but it seems like we're fine. Cut down the tree, or... Okay, I literally misclicked, but there you go. We're cutting... I right-clicked, actually, and it worked, very weirdly enough. Well, I guess we're cutting it down. The Naomi protocol, was it? Yep. I didn't mean to do that, but we're cutting. So let's see what happens. I mean, it feels like this could have been a regenerative type thing. I didn't really want to cut it down, but okay. Misclicks happen. So science ships, what are you guys doing? You're collecting science there. You've got science to collect here, but you're not actually doing it. I'll just click that again. There they go. They're collecting it now. Okay, well, we're getting a decent amount coming in then. Should be able to get the next tech. And that should complete us to tier 2, I think. Because that'll be the memorials and maybe enough to do the alternative life center. We're on extra conditions right now. I'm just trying to see if there's anything we don't need to have up and running. Kind of don't need to have these stockpiles running unless you know you're going to build with them. So that saves on people. Yeah, so we're not consuming electronics, so why not turn it off? We're not consuming polymers, so turn it off. And if we store any up in the docking bay, then we'll just turn them on. It's a good way to make sure that you're in optimal conditions all the time. Just turn them on when you need them. How's the food? Food is positive now, so 1.2 in the overall station. And we're distributing food to other sectors, so that's all good as well. Alright, totally fine. Easy. Not what everyone's complaining about. Science ship has retrieved all signs from the asteroid belt. So that's done. Jupiter is the next one. So I think probably in the next episode we'll go to Jupiter ourselves. But the coordinates recovered from the black box, the outer hope have allowed us to successfully locate Hephaestus construction facility on Jupiter. We have our new solar panels in place. We're looking thick, or at least thicker.
The ship has arrived at its destination.
The next one is 45 polymers and 1 electronics. 60 polymers and 2. So yeah, we could definitely get this. 45 and 1. Once our hull integrity builds up a little bit more, we'll build that. We'll activate some of the batteries, hopefully. That'll store up a lot of extra power very quickly. And then we can move to Jupiter, which should be a pretty quick journey, right? Because it's not too far away. 1.5 cycles. Not bad at all. This was actually only 2. And that's 1.5. It's kind of crazy. The distance seems not that far, but I don't know. Whatever. It looks like it's like 20% of the journey, but it's using 75% of the time. Alright, well, I think that might have to be it. So a really heavy organization focused episode, but I think for the better, right? I mean, batteries are in place, 2 factories are ready to be built as well. We're just really severely lacking alloys. So and we've too much iron. So really, I think maybe we'll look into what would it take to get another steel mill. Oh my god, it fits like a glove. Maybe pop it right in there or something. Just really make this place compact. Turn it that way. Yes. Yes. So I think I'll probably do that next episode, and we'll just put all the work as we can on churning out much more alloys, burning through all of this iron that we have in the stockpile, and that'll feed the 2 airlocks. I think that's really what I probably should have done early on, but better safe than sorry. At least we're good for food. We're good for all our resources. We have lots of people in storage ready to be thawed. All looking good. Alright, that's going to have to be it for this episode. Thank you guys very much for watching. Look forward to reading the feedback as we're now kind of beyond the initial launch of the game as we get a bit further into it. And I'll see you in the next one. Hey guys, thank you very much for watching, and remember, if you want to support the channel directly, you can click the join button to become a channel member. Doing so will get your name in the credits, as well as loyalty badges and emotes to use in the comments. You'll also get exclusive access to my Discord, where there's dedicated channels for each series I'm doing, and it's a great place just to meet others and make some friends.